And another episode of NBA 2K12. In the first game belongs to Dallas Mavericks dominate the Memphis Grizzlies by 15, 108 to 93. And now we're off to the next game of the night in Denver, Colorado. But further, we check out if the ABA ball are still already clear. So now the second game of the night heads to Mile High C and Pepsi Center as Steve Nash of the Phoenix Suns take on Kenyon Martin of the Denver Nuggets. I believe it was third or second meeting actually. No, it was the final. It was the last meeting between those two. It will be finishing up the last meeting between those two teams. Suns, Suns and the Nuggets gonna be good matchup here tonight. And for this game, Sun's gonna use the violet and Sun's gonna use the purple and Nuggets gonna use the white. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video in Denver, Colorado at the Pepsi Center. Anyways, enjoy the video and send it over to Kevin Harlan.
Welcome to NBA basketball. This is 2K Sports bringing it to you live. Monday Hoops coming up. It'll be the Phoenix Suns facing off against Nene and the Denver Nuggets. And that's all from the studio. I'll be back soon with the HP halftime report. But now, I'll toss it over to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Greetings, everyone. Kevin Harlan here alongside my partners Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Glad to have you join us. The starting five. This is our lineup brought to you by State Farm. First for the Suns. Nash out there with Brooks. And they've got Marcin Gortat out there, the big man at the center. He's the definition of a superstar and is always a major factor. And it's Hill and it's Fry in at the power forward. And for the Nuggets, Ty Lawson and J.R. Smith, they're manning the back. And the man in the middle is Nene. He is certainly a stabilizer for him. They count on his presence and his production. Then there's Gallinari, and it's Martin in at the four.
Well, the Suns missed the playoffs a year ago.
So as you can see, J.R. Smith finally making his first NBA 2K12 appearance after a huge absence, a lot of games since the opening night on October began. So now J.R. Smith finally declared to play after a lot of absence, a lot of months. So anyways, here you are, Suns and the Nuggets. Here you are, enjoy the video.
And there's a lot of speculation about whether they will begin a rebuilding process. Steve Nash obviously getting up there in years. So the question for Phoenix, do they trade him? Do they keep him? Do they still try to build around him? One thing's for sure, they need an infusion of young talent.
And it's the Suns to start out. Nash outside. Gallinari against Hill. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Hill's got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. All good questions to look for answers for, Steve. Certainly the Suns need more young talent. This is a team that was selling first-round picks over a few short seasons ago.
And Kevin, that's rarely a good idea. I mean, even on a stacked veteran team like the Suns, you look at players like Luol Deng, Rajon Rondo. I mean, those players selected with some of the picks the Suns sold away. Sometimes those moves can come back to make you squirm a little bit.
And it ends up out of bounds. So it's Phoenix now. It's a three-point game. Let's go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Kevin, when I asked Coach what he'd like to emphasize tonight, he told me that first and foremost, they cannot fall asleep when a shot goes up. He said if we give them second chance opportunities, it will make our job that much harder on the defensive end of the floor tonight.
Much appreciated, Doris. Thank you. So, Clark, what does that mean if a man is doing a better job moving the paint?
Kevin, that basically means you're being out-positioned and out-physical and out-hustled, period.
And you're asking a lot out of your teammate to try to handle that pass. I don't like that decision at all.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
Well, that should be a rule. No layups. Protect the paint. Make them earn every point.
Yeah, I think that's a tough, hard-nosed, smash-mouth basketball. Make your opponent earn their points from the line. Don't give up any layups.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Who is checked in? Shannon Brown. He's checked in for the Suns.
You know, one of the things I love about Steve Nash, although he is right-handed, he loves to use that little pull-up jumper he has when he's going to his left. He's pretty ambidextrous, and I think that goes back to all of the time he spent playing soccer. He's equally balanced on both sides of his body, and I see that with a lot of soccer players.
He has such a calm demeanor, but he locks in, takes his time, and finishes.
Nene with the screen on Nash. That's a great play. You talked about that pull-up jumper of Nash and being able to go either way, use either hand. Steve, you know he can pick teams apart with that.
Well, he can do whatever he wants on the floor, Kevin. And what I like best about him is that he just reads the situation each game. And if his team needs him to score, he'll score. If not, he'll distribute. But he's so skilled. There's not anything that he can't do on the floor.
4 or 5 to start the game. That's their first miss.
Watson outside. Traps in the train. Watson's got 7 points in the game.
What an offensive display he's putting on.
And at this point, Steve, you got to put more pressure on him. Bring help and make him move the ball.
Here is Gortat. He feeds it to Brown. From downtown. That's good. Brown's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You know, and the question for the Nuggets now, without a singular star player, is can they continue to win that way? The conventional wisdom throughout the league is that you need 2 stars, maybe a third to be a great team. But this Nuggets team has a lot of good players and tremendous depth.
That was just a perfect feed there.
Here's Watson. He's got 7. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
Yeah, he doesn't really like what he's seen, and they're going to try to hash it out here.
You thought there, Clark, going back to the Nuggets' depth. Can you do it, Steve, by committee, or do they need to make some moves to try to bring in a bigger name?
Well, I don't know if a bigger name means anything, but you need a guy who can score in crunch time against great defense, like Carmelo used to. You can do it by committee during the regular season. In the playoffs, though, it gets very difficult.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Chris Anderson is checked in for Nene. Chandler comes in for Gallinari. And it's a flop in for Corey Brewer. And then for Phoenix, Robin Lopez is checked in for Gortat. And Petra subbed in for Grant Hill. Martin gets to Anderson. Sinks it for just inside the baseline.
Now you threaten the defense inside and then find the open man on the outside. Good offense.
Excellent anticipation. As soon as that pass was in the air, he was on the move and picked it up. A bit of a wobbly start for him. Seems unable to keep a hold of the ball.
Yeah, he needs to settle down right now. 3 turnovers already.
Here's Watson. Takes it up. And Anderson slings it in.
It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead him with a pass like that one.
A minute 20 left in the first quarter. Nash outside. Over Wilson. And Steve Nash again. Nash has got 10 points.
Boy, they just cannot figure out a way to stop this guy this quarter, Kevin.
The 3 from Afflalo. Another 3 for Denver.
Right out of the gate, just filling it up.
Both teams are, guys. I mean, points coming fast and furious.
And stolen by Afflalo. Goes up, and he completes the win. 5 points in the game. Here's Nash. He's got 10. Here's Fry. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. Nash has got 3 assists now in this one. Boston against Nash. Passes it to Afflalo. Launches it. Gets it to go.
Simply said, it's going to take a much better effort than that, son, on a shooter like him.
Nash outside. It's stolen by Watson. Even numbers. Afflalo. It's going to be 2. Free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That free throw, no good. And the Nuggets with some changes. Nene, he's checked in for Anderson. Molinari comes in for Kenyon Martin. And Andre Miller is subbed in for Ty Lawson. And then for Phoenix, Gortat's checked in for Lopez. Hill comes in for Michael Petras. And it's Brooks in for Steve Nash. We've got 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Gallinari with the steal.
So now that's twice we've seen the offense collapse. That's back-to-back empty trips because of turnover.
And that's going to be a problem because now all of a sudden you start turning the ball over and you lose all offensive rhythm and flow.
And that is good. 6 points for Shannon Brown. Here's Miller. And the powerful one-handed triumph.
You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him.
That was the Sprite slam kick. Moments ago, highlight real action right here. And no problem at the line here for the three-point play. It's all tied in Denver. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. Here is Miller.
Well, prior to last season, the Suns decided to let Amari Stoudemire leave for free agency. They were concerned that with all of his injuries, they just couldn't justify giving him a long-term big deal.
Brown, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. Brown's got 9. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, guys, with the Phoenix Suns losing ground in the West, some expected the Suns to trade Steve Nash and rebuild. But Alvin Gentry said, I see the level he's playing at, and I don't know why we would trade him. I don't see why you would want to bottom out and spend the next 5 years trying to get good again. Nash said, I'm committed to doing my job. I'm committed to this franchise and the fans. Maybe I'm old school, but I signed a contract to play here, and I want to honor it. Guys, we'll see if they can turn it around.
It'll be interesting to see. Thanks, Doris.
Yeah, they're in a tough spot. They want to keep Nash around. He's the face of the franchise. But, they're really stuck in that middle, that no man's land, where they're just good enough to maybe make the playoffs, but not bad enough to get a really high draft pick.
Well, Steve, that's what, I'm sure you'd agree, that's what makes this Sun story so interesting. They let Amari go to the Knicks, but then they turned around with a completely different front office and spent almost as much on Channing Frye, Josh Childress, and Clark Hakeem Ward. It seemed at times a little confusing.
Yeah, baffling would be another word to use there. I mean, historically, Kevin, those mid-level deals for average players can be just as risky. So some interesting choices by the Suns' top brass, and we'll see how they pan out. You need to give them a little time, but that usually takes a little longer than you want it to. Kevin, nice high percentage look right there.
Here's Miller, looking for his first bucket of the game. Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
You got to keep everybody on the same page. They need to get their heads together. That's the goal. Well, playing against the Thunder has to bring back some painful memories for the Nuggets guys. Looking back on their first-round loss, and it was closer than the 5-game total might suggest. That was a very competitive series.
Kenyon Martin, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Lawson comes in for Andre Miller. And Phoenix also making a switch here. Nash is checked in. Here's a follow. Oh, that's blocked. And here's Phoenix. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Martin is going to be hit with the blocking call. That is his first foul of the game.
That's such a tough call to make as a ref, but I think he got it right. The defender was not set.
Yeah, I thought he was leaning as well, Steve.
Here's Nash. Rebound by Nene. Nene's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Yeah, you're right, Clark. In that series between the Thunder and the Nuggets, really a tough defensive series. Steve, both teams shooting just 42% from the field.
Yeah, I thought what really hurt Denver was giving up so many offensive rebounds to the Thunder. And that led to a lot of free throws because we saw some offensive putbacks and fouls. Those little things over the course of the series, Kevin, those really make a huge difference as time wears on.
Nash against Russell. And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, Ty Lawson was a guy waiting in the wings behind Chauncey Billups. And I think one of the reasons the Nuggets felt comfortable trading Billups was that they knew Lawson was prepared to become the starting point guard, and he did not disappoint.
Thinking back to Lawson Clark, he really took his chance and ran with it. Looks like he's the future at that position with the Denver Nuggets.
You know, sometimes Kevin Garrett is just an opportunity away from showing what they're capable of doing. Case in point, John Lawson, he's got speed, he's got strength. I think he's got to continue to improve the consistency of his perimeter shot, but everything else, feel, flow, ability to make plays off the dribble, he's got all of that.
Well, you saw him in college when he played for North Carolina. He was as fast a guard as there was, and maybe we've ever seen in college.
He was super with the ball, and strong, and he really knew how to run his team.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Chris Anderson is checked in for Nene. Chandler comes in for Gallinari. And J.R. Smith subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. And the Suns here with a different look. Robin Lopez is checked in for Gortat. Fry comes in for Hakeem Warwick. Jared Dudley's checked in for Grant Hill. And Xavier Dowdell in for Aaron Brooks. Lawson dishes to Martin. Backing down. And that falls.
And you can see the strategy has been to take the ball inside here.
That's where you get opportunities, looks, and draw fouls, Steve. It's a good way to play.
Here's Lawson. 9 points in the game so far. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, as you know, George loves to give his players freedom, and he wants all of his players to be aggressive on offense, even playmakers and role players. He feels that it helps spread the floor and makes everyone a threat you have to guard. The way we play basketball, we want everybody to be attacking, reading and trying to attack. I don't think you can have a player out there that can't see what's
Thank you. An aggressive offense is something you've come to expect from Coach Carter.
And you know, when you have guys always looking to score, it makes life a lot harder on the defensive end for opponents. This is a team that really attacks as a unit.
Now Nash. He's got 18. Here's Lopez. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. And the Suns lead by 6. Lawson against Nash. It's a look. And Denver again with the bucket. Here's Nash. Deflected. It's stolen by Martin. Here's the Nuggets now with the ball. Trailing by 4. Lopez with the block. Now here's Nash. It's taken away by Smith.
Well, he's showing off his defensive instincts by making plays just like that.
Suns ahead, up by 4.
45. The Suns, 44.
Nothing takes the edge off a Monday like HP at the hat. The Suns are off to a good start. You've got to like the way they've kept the ball moving, everyone getting involved. A big first half for Steve Nash. He's already notched 18 points, and he's taking care of business on the defensive end of the floor, too. And for the Nuggets, it's been all hustle. They've been pounding the ball inside, scoring a ton of points in the paint. A tremendous first half for Ty Lawson. He's up to 9 points. He's also made plays for others, showing his court vision definitively in this one. Some very impressive basketball being played by these two in today's game. I want to keep it going in the second. And that's it for us here at 2K Sports Studios. Hope to see you back next time.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
You know, I was really impressed. Despite all of the turmoil that surrounded the Nuggets, They were very competitive in the West last season. They managed 30 wins and 52 in-conference games, and it's about a 60% clip in a really tough conference.
Tries to keep it alive. Taken away by Nene. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
He was just a hair away from making that steal.
Steve, I like the instincts there. Terrific. To see the pass coming and knock it away, well done.
For the Nuggets, an interesting mix of young talent and veterans. And Steve, I guess only time will tell if we think this team is going to get better as they move along.
Well, I think the key is chemistry. You know, they've got a lot of players who expect playing time. They came in and did a good job a year ago after the Carmelo trade. Can they maintain that togetherness and chemistry as they go forward?
Hill, lost in defending. And it's Hill. That time the assist by Nash. And that's 15 points for Hill.
What a marvelous job they've done of sharing the basketball. A ton of assists.
Well, they know where each other is all the time. They're moving the ball, just finding the open guy. Nobody seems to care who scores.
We've seen him now give away 4 possessions. You've got to squeeze the orange out there. Take care of the ball.
The Nuggets trail by 6.
But Gortat was a really nice pickup for the Suns. He was a backup to Dwight Howard in Orlando. Never really got the minutes that he deserved. And the Suns gave him that opportunity, and he made the most of it.
No question about it, guys. He's been one of their best performers today.
Tipped. Back to Nash. And so here is Denver. It's a 3-point game. Lays it in off the breakaway. Nash has got 22 points.
Boy, this is scary. You get a score rolling like this, you're in some trouble.
Yeah, you can't leave a guy like that on an island. I mean, you got to bring some help.
Denver calls timeout. And Gortat has really given the Suns that presence they so desperately needed in the paint. He's been just what the doctor ordered for the Phoenix Vulcan.
I love his size. He's got a big body. He's active. He's an excellent offensive rebounder, Kevin. And he's not a bad finisher around the rim, so he's shown that he's a starting caliber center, although I think his best role is maybe as a reserve. I just think he brings that element that's special when you're his
Gortat to throw it back up to Dwight Howard over in Orlando before the trade with the Phoenix.
I'll tell you what, he's draining the three ball at will, guys.
Yeah, he is, and they've got to find a way to get out there on him.
Straight up. And Nene.
The most basic you can see.
And probably the most reliable.
Yeah, hard to mess that one up. Now, that was just a heave down court. I don't like their chances.
That's a tough shot for anyone. Those runners need a soft touch.
The Suns leading. And Hill packs him in. Gallinari covering. And Hill finishes inside. Hill's got 20.
The Suns were still a very strong offensive team a year ago. They were in the top 10 in the league in efficiency. But considering a year prior they were #1 in the league, it was a step back.
And Gallinari kicks to the net. Boston outside. From deep three-point range, it's holding by Fry.
Tough to hit that shot when you got the defense right in your shirt.
Well, Clark, for the Suns, you talk about their offense taking a step back, and Steve just kind of illustrated that with some numbers. Of course, losing Amari Stoudemire was a huge factor.
Yeah, Steve Nash had to carry the load offensively, and credit him for that top 10 ranking. I mean, he was a big reason why they also ranked top 3 in assists.
I have no idea why he was fouling there.
And even the foul, I mean, you can't be wrapping guys up like that. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. That's a meaningless play.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Harrington comes in for Kenyon Martin. And Andre Miller is subbed in for Ty Lawson. Up with it. A nice shot by Gallinari. Gallinari's got 12 in the game.
Well, they're just getting hammered inside. They really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. I mean, you look at the points they're giving up. Most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
Hit his leg. And the ref saying he kicked him. And 1:01 left here in the third quarter. Here's Harrington. Sinks the three-pointer. Harrington's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Suns lead by 3. Takes the three. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Hill. Hill's got 5 assists in the game.
Hey, get on Miller, get on Miller.
Funny shot, and that one's good by Miller. Here's the Suns with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Brown. Fast break, here they come.
And when Al Harrington is at his best, guys, he can score inside or out. When he gets that three-point shot going, now he's got the defense on a string, and he can get the ball to the hole as well.
Phoenix making some changes. Jared Dudley's checked in for Hill. And it's Nash in for Xavier Dowdell. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and gameplay. Launches a three, but they recover it. There's Nash with the three. Gets it to go. Nash has got 25 points.
Boy, he's been good offensively tonight. I really like what I've seen.
And Miller backs down. Just 3 on the clock, and he finishes at the rim.
That is a pretty finish. The defense did all they could there, but he just outwilled them.
Here's Brown. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And I know some people are still opposed to using replay in situations where the call doesn't have a direct effect on the outcome of the game. But I think it has to be used if there's a questionable call, no matter what it is.
No, I understand the argument against it. It does interrupt the flow of the game a little bit, but it's hard to stand by and simply let an incorrect call stand.
And the official call is in. It's ruled a basket. They're overturning the original call after looking at the replay.
And, Kevin, this is exactly why we have this rule. And I think they made a great decision putting the rule in. The main thing is you want to get it right. And they definitely got this one right looking at the replay.
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. A fantastic game from Steve Nash in this one.
Yeah, give him credit. He's been very selective with his shots, and it's paying off for him and his team.
You know, through the first 3 quarters, Steve, he's taken exactly what the defense has given him, and he's not forced anything. I mean, that's poise that is very impressive. That's exactly how you should play the game, in my opinion.
From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. We're still getting underway here in the fourth. Let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Spark of the game report. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, well, it's going to be Shannon Brown. He's our Sprite Spark. With the way he's played off the bench, Coach might be looking for ways to get this guy more minutes or even into the starting lineup going forward, guys.
Great, Doris. Thanks. He has been a true catalyst part off the bench.
Well, I tell you what, man, he gave them something they've been lacking. I mean, it basically changed their attitude and their disposition out there. I mean, he had that kind of impact.
And that's something you don't always see, guys. I mean, a player coming in off the bench and assuming a leadership role, that was impressive.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the Denver Nuggets get called for the foul.
Well, last season, the Suns' road record dipped well below 500, 17-24. And that's one of the reasons they were on the outside looking in when it came to playoff time.
And so he hits both. Steve, that's your old team, the Suns. They could put on a show, certainly. They always have with Nash. Clark, they couldn't get enough wins under 17-24, as Steve just said.
Yeah, well, that may have been part of it, too. I mean, those high-scoring games, teams would get the crowd engaged, and then maybe a is the home team like? I mean, when you're an up-and-down team, you're giving the other team possessions as well. And when you're not really strong defensively, then that creates opportunities to not be able to finish games or close out opponents. And I think the Suns struggled at the defensive end of the floor.
Just an unbelievable display of offense here today.
Well, it seems like every shot that goes up finds its way to the hoop. I mean, every player is sharp and on target.
The tray. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Nash has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And Anderson slams it in.
Maybe the play of the game right there.
Outside. Over Wilson. Another one falls for Phoenix.
He is truly a special offensive talent, and he's always going to cash in on those kind of chances.
Defended by Nash. Here's Martin. That one falls. Coming off Lawson's feet. 6 points for Kenyon Martin. Brown outside. Jacks up a 3. Good, and the assist comes to Nash. And the Suns lead by 10.
Another open look hits bottom from outside.
Yeah, that's 3 of their last 5 makes from beyond the arc.
And here's a follow for 3. Another 3 for Denver.
And a 3 the other way.
Back and forth we go, neither side giving an inch.
On the wing, again, Phoenix. Denver calls. Timeout. Big group substitution here for Denver. Nene, he's checked in for Anderson. Harrington comes in for Kenyon Martin. Alinari, he's checked in for Wilson Chandler. And Corey Brewer's subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. Grant Hill, he's checked in for Phoenix. Brooks comes in for Shannon Brown. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hey, guys. Well, George Karl had some advice for the team in that last huddle. He wasn't pleased at all with their perimeter defense, saying, listen, all the wide-open threes they're getting are killing us. We need to have a lot more defensive activity away from the basket, guys.
Suns leading by 8. Nash against Lawson. And blocked. He's 1 assist away from the double-double.
Yeah, we have seen some tremendous passing from him.
That's the bucket. And Phoenix has possession. They've led by as much as 10. Even numbers, 4-on-4. Guarded now by Aaron Brooks. Harrington, the pass to Brewer. Oh, the dunk by Nene.
Well, that's a dunk you will not see very often. You won't pass that one by.
No doubt about that.
I wish. She would, though. You'll never see too many of those.
Nice second look we just had there with our spike slam cam. A different look for Denver. Martin comes in for Al Harrington. And Wilson Chandler subbed in for Corey Brewer.
We've seen Nene playing a good game here. He has 9 points and 3 blocks. He's piling up the rejections to go along with the tremendous work he's done on the glass.
Yeah, really controlling the action down in the paint. It's been his game so far.
Here's Martin, defended by Nash. The top and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Grant Hill picks one up. He can take the three-point play, and it's still a 4-point game.
They're closing in here. Their offense heating up.
Well, you want to maintain contact, and after this nice run here, they've made up some ground, and they're right where they want to be.
1:51 left in the fourth. Nash with it. Three-pointer, and it's Hill. That's on the assist by Nash. Nash has got his 9th assist in the game now.
He's really picked up where he left off in the first.
Outside Chandler. Lets it go from deep. That one falls. Russian's feet. Chandler's got 5 points in the quarter. Nash kicks to Hill. Over Chandler. And it's Hill. That's on the assist by Nash. 27 points for Hill.
He's gotten himself involved in just about every aspect of this game.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic all-around performance, guys. He's such a quick shooter, Kevin. He just lives with a big shot.
Now Chandler defending. And here's Hill. 6 to shoot. Back to Nash. Fader on the way. It falls.
Anytime they've needed a hoop, he's taken over one shot after another. Boy, is he playing well.
Lawson kicks to the net. Back to Lawson. Moving it around nicely. On deep. Brings it. And that shot brings them to within just one.
Big time shot. Really clutch.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
You know, I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so too.
Watch out now.
Nash is on fire.
Here's Lawson. This is a huge possession.
You've got to execute under pressure. We're going to see what they're made of.
And finish it.
Especially since halftime. I mean, they're flying around out there, giving up a lot of energy and putting together a pretty good show.
Well, Sims making a switch here. Bounce checked in. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there. Here's Brown, and he commits the intentional foul.
I know you have to foul, but you don't want to hit a good foul shooter like that.
Yeah, you'd much rather have somebody else get to the line than this guy. He's an excellent free throw shooter.
Sinks the first one, and that'll put him up by 2. From the line, and it's a 3-point ballgame.
Big free throws, Kevin. Now they'll need a 3 to just stay alive.
Denver calls timeout. They're losing by 3. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That's what you take.
Now down 3, you don't necessarily have to go for the 3. You could go for the quick bucket and then the foul.
I'm not sure. I mean, in this situation, I think they should look for the 3, Steve. I mean, try to tie this thing up. You got 3-point shooters. Let it fly.
Both shots good from the strike.
He's just so quick. Here's a guy you want on your side with the game on the line, Kevin.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
And fouling now is really your only option.
Yeah, you just got to hope he misses the free throw so you can get back in the game, Steve.
And he doesn't get the first one to fall. Connects on number 2, and that'll put him up by 2. Here's Lawson. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Buzzer beater.
Just in time.
So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Steve Nash.
So we are heading to the next game tomorrow night. Tuesday night we got another bunch of the classic rivalry continues. Features Paul Pierce and the Boston Celtics take on Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. It's gonna be another interconference intensity and good physical. So that'll do it for now, as they wanted another game-winning shot reports of the clutch of the night by the Phoenix Suns. Steve Nash destroyed the Mile High with the game-winning shot after he missed the free throw. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. Reminder, we have another tomorrow night. We'll have a classic rivalry. The Los Angeles Lakers take on the Boston Celtics here in TD Garden, Boston. It's gonna be a most interconference. That'll do it for now, as Steve Nash hit the game-winning shot at the buzzer to win by the Phoenix Suns 105-102 in the spoiled of J.R. Smith debut. So I'm gonna make a short of the night. Will be another YouTube short to begin start of March. We'll get continue to K12 clutch of the night. That'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. Reminder, we'll have a heading to TD Garden, Boston for a marquee matchup. Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers take on Paul Pierce and the Boston Celtics. It's gonna be a two classic franchise. It's time to say this is Andre Kenshin. It's time to say so long from Pepsi Center Mile High. Reminder, we'll see you tomorrow here at TD Garden, Boston for the Lakers and the Celtics. Well, it's time to say sign up and peace out, as the Suns beat the Nuggets with game-winning shot by Steve Nash 105-102. And once again, time to say sign up and peace out. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Lakers and Celtics. Thanks for watching and enjoy.